going on with her show. Just get on the air and you will know it's Sandra. The queen of the mile road is here, helping people from everywhere. Get on the phone and you will hear Sandra. Now she will tell you how it goes, but don't you ever step on her toes, 'cause you will hear the cold hard truth from Sandra. They say she's the hero in town, helping people from all around. You get a call, your money is found, it's Sandra. Some will call her late at night just to say that there is a fight, and she will not just leave it alone. She'll get up and call on the phone, and when politics starts on her show, everyone really wants to know the way that things will really go with Sandra. Some will start to criticize, get on the show and tell pure lies, but someday we'll realize it's Sandra. And when they start to argue again, she'll pull the heads to the wind, and soon you will be a friend with Sandra. 'Cause every day everyone wanna hear from Sandra. Every day everyone wanna hear from Sandra. 'Cause every day everyone got to hear from Sandra. 'Cause every day everyone got to hear from Sandra.
morning. Good morning. Happy Friday. Can anybody confirm if I'm on radio this morning? Dun, dun, dun. I don't know. I'm trying a little something here. If you can hear me on radio, do let me know. And yeah, send me a little message there in the chat. Everybody on social, how are you beautiful people doing this wonderful Friday morning? It's Friday. Yeah. Lovely, isn't it? Gorgeous day outside. The weather has been so nice recently. We were talking to our cousins in the US of A, and they're like, oh, it's raining today. I said, oh, it's so sunny in the beautiful Cayman Islands. They were like, oh, man, soon come. Paradise. What can you do? All right. Well, what we can do is we can live our best authentic lives. And so, of course, we're going to be tackling that here this morning. People who don't live their best authentic lives. And I do have, let me just see here now. I do have, Yep, got it. Okay, yes, I do have a Cayman Voices segment coming up today that I'm super just dope excited about. You guys are gonna love it. I really enjoy these interviews. It's just such an amazing way to connect with our elders. And I can tell you one thing, this one was just so heartfelt, Mr. Calvin Christian. What an amazing gentleman. And, you know, I'm not going to give too much away, but I think you guys are going to enjoy it just as much as I enjoyed it. He's 91 years old. Oh my gosh. Has such a great memory. You know, just doing amazing. And one of the things that I realized is at the age of 91, and I know some of you are going to find this rather shocking, but he's a seaman, and his seaman benefits a couple years ago were actually taken from him. And I don't want to necessarily politicize this, but this just goes to show you how the system is actually broken in so many different ways. So his seaman benefits were taken away from him. And what actually happened was, because he is living overseas now, you know, because he's got medical expenses and different health issues that require a little bit kind of different care. So he has to stay and live overseas. And unfortunately, he was notified by, I don't know, whoever's in charge of the seaman benefits that, oh, because he's living overseas, they had to strip his seaman benefits from him. I think that's wrong. You know, we make exceptions for all kind of people. We have people who are not even Caymanians, who are second wives and all sorts of stuff that are benefiting from, you know, 50 years later, 60 years later, coming and marrying a really old guy, old seaman, a senior, and they get the benefit, and they will get that benefit as it stands right now for their entire lives. How is that possible? Right? And yet you're going to strip it from Mr. Calvin and people like him? Oh, somebody is saying there's no radio, so I guess that didn't work. I think, honestly, we're going to have to give up on the radio. I don't know what's going on lately, but you guys are going to have to bear with me. We're going to give up on it until we have our own station, which hopefully we can push through soon. We got to let Off-Reg know that we need that station. Yeah, I don't know. Let me try the let me try the website connection and see if that works. Hold on one second. Yeah, I don't know what it is. I can't get it working. And it's sad because radio folks are going to miss out on like this amazing interview with Mr. Calvin and stuff like that, you know? But I can't do nothing about what I can't do nothing about. Let Let me just check some notes here. I've got some notes from way back when. Let me just try to verify something. But yeah, I unfortunately, this just ain't working. Anyway, like I was saying, there is this situation. Ernestina says, "Yep, it happened to my uncle. So unfair. I think that this is ridiculous, and I'm very, very disappointed to hear that this is even a thing." Right. So I'm gonna Miss Ernestina. I've already spoken to the minister about it, and I'm going to push this government to do the right thing by our seamen, because that's not right. I mean, there's different reasons legitimately. I mean, let's be honest, Miss Ernestina, Cayman not cheap to live. So mhm. It's just madness. So what was I saying? Yeah. So I'm going to look into it, and I'm going to push and advocate for something to be done. I think this government has an obligation to our seamen to do the right thing by them. And so I expect the right thing to be done. It's simple as that, really. Right? Yeah. That's not right. That's not right. Definitely not right. Yeah. I tell you. Mm-mm. What a hot mess. What a hot mess. So, that was one of the things that I said. We know of situations where our other people are getting benefits off of our semen. So, as far as I'm concerned, regardless of where they live, they should get that lifelong benefit. And here he is, 91 years old. 91 years old. It's not like he has a million years left to go. And they talking foolishness about, oh well, he's overseas. Well, he can't afford to live in Cayman. What do you want him to do? Seriously. He has health issues that require care overseas. Sometimes the system really does manage to disappoint me. I don't know. I don't know how else to explain it, but it really, really does. Anyway, the minister is aware of the issue. And so I'm really just frustrated about that. Let me try I'm going to try plugging in my old box, because this new one just ain't working none at all. What a mess. All right. I think these people are going to have to give me a refund on this box, honey child. So there we have it. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm going to plug the old box back in. But there's a much wider issue here that is it mic or line in that I'm supposed to be using? Hold on. Let me see. On the back of the inequality box. Mm-hmm. All right, let's let that boot up, and then we will go from there. All right. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, so before we get to the point where we are going to go ahead and play that interview, we're going to do it a little bit later on. It's about an hour long, so we'll do it like around 8:30. Let me just say that, boy, I'm. Mhm. Okay. Uh, uh, okay, that doesn't make any sense. All right, give me 1 second here, folks. Um. So yeah. Okay. Huh. I've only ever used one. This is strange. All right. I don't know what the heck is going on here. So, let me see. I've only ever used the one cable to the board. Yeah. Okay. Let me just sorry. Excuse me, honey child. I'm just trying to figure out what's going on here with a few tech things. Can't remember exactly where this cable goes. And so I cannot. Give me 1 second here. Trying to make sure that maybe it's in the right. Hold on 1 second here. It's in the right. It's in the right connection, but yeah. So I must say that I am really, really surprised at the level of dishonesty sometimes in this community. Okay, so it was in the first one. Okay, I think we got it. Let me just see. All right, let me know if you guys hear radio. Okay, so it was in that first one. Okay. Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. All right, so mm-hmm. All right, let's talk about dishonesty and what's going on. Because I'm really surprised that people choose in life to be dishonest. Boy, it's shocking to me. Well, let me tell you how I was raised, right? And this is how I'm trying to raise my daughter the same way. The lie is worse than the act, right? Because we're all subject to making mistakes in life. We're all subject to making poor decisions. But you have got to take accountability when you do. Happens to the best of us. Kids are going to do stuff. They're growing up. Their brain doesn't fully mature until they're 25. So they do stupid things, quite frankly. And as their seniors, as their parents, aunts and uncles, we have to try to guide them the best that we can. And so, it's just the learning experience of going through life. Nobody's looking for perfection. Or young people, okay, you mess up. Now let's analyze what happened. How can we do better? You don't have to reinvent the wheel. That's one thing with young people. They need to learn to listen to people, right? But some people have to learn on their own. Some people are just not good listeners. You can talk to them, as Aunt Lottie used to say, till the cows come home, and they are simply not going to get it. No matter what. You talking, and You talk to you blue in the face, and they still gonna go out there and do the exact same thing you just talked to them about. But what you can't do is you can't cloak them up in their wrong. So when they do wrong, you're like, okay, there's gonna be consequences for your behavior. You have to call it to their attention. I think it's worth having conversations as to why, we're trying to tell them, don't go down this road, right? It's all fine and dandy. For example, here's a perfect example, telling kids, don't do drugs. But why? Why, auntie? Why, mom? Why, dad? Why don't I do drugs? I think a lot of times we fall short because we just tell them no, 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 no. And we don't have a conversation about why. So I think it's great when children question why. You can't wear that. Why? You have to tell them. Why is it important to be modest in life? Why you need shorts that come closer to the knee than not? What people will think of you and the impression that it gives. And, why don't you do drugs? Why can't I start vaping at the age of 10? It's going to kill you. It's going to mess up your lungs. You're going to end up on a respiratory machine. Oh, at 15, why can't I be engaging in sexual activity? We have an obligation to speak to young people, I think, frankly and honestly. And that requires us being as authentic ourselves as we possibly can. So, hold on one second. So I'm told radio is working, but I want to play something to make sure that the levels are good. Because I suspect that when I play stuff, that's when things start to go wonky. So let me just play a little something.
Recover Personal Injury Attorneys, helping injured people get what they deserve. Recover Personal Injury Attorneys, helping injured people get what they deserve. Did you know that insurance companies have lawyers that represent their interests? Before signing and accepting any settlement, know your rights. Call us today for a free consultation at 924-9999. That's 924-9999. Recover. Your personal injury attorneys are on standby to assist.
Not sure if he was even listening when I was playing that, but okay, we'll check it in a second. So, that's our role. We have a role to play in this and guiding young people. And one of the things that my aunt always said to me, because kids are gonna fib. It's part of growing up. You can try and get one over on her. I used to think, oh, Aunt Lottie, she don't know what's going on. I can try a little something. Yeah, boy, she might have looked like she didn't know what was going on, but she knew. And she had a really firm position on lying. She really said there's very few things in life worse than a liar. She even said, there are times when a murderer might not be as bad as a liar because the person might have murdered with justification, But a liar, she said, oh, Sandy, liars are the most dangerous people in the world. And I'm like, really, Auntie? She said, yes, a liar will send you to jail. Will ruin other people's lives. Will do this, will do that, and no. So she put the fear of lying in me, because she was going to whoop me really good if I lied. Sometimes I wasn't even getting the beating for what I did. I was getting it for the lie. And on top of that, I kind of then grew up being afraid of liars, right? Not for nothing. But I myself, I'm like, oh my God, I think Aunt Lottie's right about these liars. And life has proven that you don't want friends that are pathological liars. I don't even want strangers around me that are pathological liars. And it seems like some people just are incapable of helping themselves when it comes to lying. It's like they cannot help it. There's something wrong with them. They're always lying. And it becomes a personality trait. Really scary. And when I find out, people be like, oh, this person said they're not honest. You got to be careful with them. They're lying. And people reveal themselves. And I wait. And when I see it, I said, whoa, that's so crazy. You know what we say around here? Let them. When they show you who they are, let them. Huh? Okay. So, yeah. This brings me back to Bia. Oh my God. I didn't know that people could lie like this. I mean, of course I do, but you know what I mean? I'm still surprised. I'm still shocked. So yesterday afternoon, I keep telling you guys, a lot of people message me like all over the place, right? And I'm not necessarily seeing these messages. And that's why I say, if you really want to reach me, you got to reach out on WhatsApp because that's the best method. I've got multiple accounts. I've got stuff for CMR. I've got my personal stuff. It's like things are all over the place. And I just really don't have time to check. I would get nothing else done. So to streamline my life, I tell people just WhatsApp me. Okay. So every once in a while, I will go in and try to clear out the messages. So I went to, and I've got a bunch of unread messages right now on my personal Facebook page. So I went there to look at some messages yesterday afternoon. And I saw that this lady had messaged me on Tuesday at 12:50 a.m. And I was like, who the heck is this? And when I start reading the message, I'm just like, what? What is this woman saying to me? Here's the 411. Come closer. Because I knew, and this is the other reason why, trust your instincts. Trust your gut. Sometimes people will tell you, no, Sandy, you don't know what you're talking about, and this and that, and blah, blah, blah. And my gut is like, something not right. My gut told me, once I started to find out that there were bits and pieces of this video that Bia had done highlighting domestic violence, something told me that something not right here. It was in the details. You know the saying, the devil's in the details? Well, she was getting so many things wrong that I must tell you that those details bothered me. And I know some of y'all were like, oh, it doesn't matter if the woman's from Honduras. It doesn't matter if this or that, or those little details don't matter. Some of y'all were even arguing with me that the other woman in the video actually was from Honduras and I got it wrong and I don't know what I'm talking about. And why am I not focusing on the victim and I'm trying to undermine domestic violence? Something wasn't setting right in my soul. And I thank God every day for giving me a discerning spirit with a lot of things. Not everything. You don't always get it right. But I have a discerning spirit about people. And something wasn't setting right with me. And that's why I was questioning those things. And every time, we peel off a layer, right? So every time Bia, she keeps posting all these videos. She's a little bit low-key obsessed, but fine, make her go right ahead because she's not hurting me. I know what she's doing. She's hurting her own custody case. And she's so stupid that she does not even realize it. But make her go right ahead. You know what else Aunt Lauder used to say? Aunt Lauder had a lot of words of wisdom, She said, give people enough rope and they will hang themselves. You ain't got to do nothing to them. Just give them space and time. That's what a rope is. Give them enough rope. There you go, Bia. You got all the rope in the world. Because what she does not even recognize is even the authorities in Cayman in the US are watching her. But go right ahead, Bia. Live your best TikTok wannabe life. Because they're taking notes and they're gathering all the evidence they need. Mark my word. Y'all can see how this can go down, right? So every time I would peel away a layer and discover something else, right? She lied about contacting me in 2021. She lied about supposedly sending me reports and whatever. What she sent was a TikTok recording of her having a conversation with her son. It's like everything about this woman is a lie. She never sent me any report about his psychological issues. She never sent any pictures of her abuse back in 2021. She didn't even contact me then. The very first contact this woman had with me had nothing to do with Jerome. That's his name? Yeah. Right? So she has fabricated this story. And she believes that she can get on TikTok and say something, and then all of a sudden that makes it so. And this is the world that we live in, and this is why we have to be so incredibly careful. Even CMR, like people send us a video and we post it up because we think people are being honest and authentic and we want to believe them. Who makes up a video claiming domestic abuse about someone that they don't even know? And now we don't even know that that was ever a domestic abuse situation. Who does that? I can't think of very many people that do that. That is low-key sick. She's sick in the head if she's lying at that level. And now I have every reason to believe that everything practically that comes out of this woman's mouth is a lie to get her way. Narcissist is the word that comes to mind. Making up this storyline. Oh, she's reached out to me and I wouldn't help her and she sent pictures and this and that. And the only pictures she can send is from a singular incident. Like everything I was beginning to discover, I'm like, then I write. And so yesterday, good morning, Miss Donna. Yesterday was like the icing on the cake. All of a sudden, right? The woman who's actually in the video, I didn't consent to this video. She's not my friend. I don't know her. And then it's like, mind blown. Who takes and the thing about it, right? Now that we think about it, it kind of makes sense because people are like, oh, but she was having a conversation with that person. We don't know that. You see, we made certain assumptions when we saw the video based on how she put the video together, but we do not know that. We don't know if she was having a conversation because we never actually heard any audio. You notice how what she did was she took the video of this woman and played music over it. So this woman could have been talking about anything that happened to her. We don't know if she fell and hit her head, if it was makeup, like all you guys been saying, this looks like makeup on her face. We do not know what the backdrop to that story is. So she took a video, gave us a certain narrative, right? We believed the narrative because, I guess we want to believe it. So let me show you guys something here because this is important to break this down. So you see this here? We think that she is having a conversation with her. She might be having a conversation with her. I don't really know. Right? As well as she could have just done an overlay, because you guys know how you can do this. You can take a video and then you can comment on that video and you do it as an overlay. So this could be her just overlaying on this and talking about what she's seeing. And then she has put the narrative together about who this woman is. She lied about her being from Honduras. And here's the worst part of the lie. She made a subsequent video after this where she said the woman is getting the help that she needs. You know how dangerous this is? Let me show you that video. Because this was the one where she claims that CMR didn't help. Listen to what she said. People like this are dangerous and y'all need to stay away from them. Listen to what she said.
Good night. This is an update. Thank you so much for all the people that has reached out to me. She's getting help already, thank God. Um,
What do you mean she's getting help already? The woman said that she don't even, you're not her friend. She didn't authorize the video. Right? She's reached out to the police about this. It was not a consensual recording. So then she comes and gives us this fake narrative. Sorry. She gives us this fake narrative, even that all of a sudden this woman is getting the help that she needs. But you notice how it was like a blip? This is where the details matter. Aunt Lottie always used to say, the devil's in the details. Pay attention to the details. Because even when people are lying to you, the devil is in the details, right? So she did this whole video before. Let's put it in context, because everything leads up to the next thing, where she's talking about how Caymanian men are evil, they're abusive. Remember this one?
This video is for the people in the Cayman Islands.
Yeah, remember
A lot
this?
of people know me there because I used to live there, and I have a Caymanian son, unfortunately. And
She has a Caymanian son, unfortunately. I didn't miss that the first time she said it either, but let's continue.
have to leave. People also know because of the abuse. I was there for the whole Easter, and nothing had changed.
Yeah, by the way, did y'all also miss the point that despite claiming that she was so abused here in Cayman, she comes right back to this island? I mean, I've never seen someone be so bold and claim that they're a victim, right? She doesn't even, when you think about it, she doesn't even act like a victim. She doesn't act like someone who's afraid of, what a boyfriend named Jerome. Jermaine? No, Jerome. She doesn't act like somebody who's afraid of him. Because the videos that she makes, the stuff that she says, the way that she goes on, y'all tell me now. Tell me if I'm misreading this woman. Does she act like someone? You guys see how she's trying to, every video now she's doing about me, she's changed her TikTok profile picture to be about, does she look like someone who's actually scared of anybody? She is extremely bold. Y'all send me the videos and I don't have time to watch them because I actually have a real job. Some of us have to try to make real money because we got real bills to pay, right? And getting on my knees or laying on my back is never going to pay my bills. Sorry, but we don't live that kind of existence. So we don't have the fortune of sitting there cutting up tomatoes and cucumbers all day, making a pico de gallo, and then making our money elsewhere on the side. Whatever I do, like legit has to pay the bills and we got to get to work. So I can't be watching all of her videos, but she doesn't even strike me as someone who's afraid of Jerome. You know what I'm saying? Okay, keep listening.
Pretty much. I doing this video because I need you guys help. It's not for me. I cannot talk about what's going on in my case with my son, but I can talk in behalf of another lady that is going through abuse. I'm gonna show you guys a video from this morning. I just arrived in Miami, and my friend called me because she was with her. Let me show you and then we talk.
Okay, so she says that her friend called her because she was with her, right? So she did say that.
Her boyfriend is Caymanian.
So we can assume that the top picture then is the phone call. And this is her with the woman. The woman says that this was not a consensual video, that she's not her friend. She didn't give her permission to do this. She's notified the police about this.
Her boyfriend is still out. He's not in detention.
Because remember how so many of us were like, okay, she claims that, well, she said her friend called her. Like, this woman doesn't have a phone. Like, everything she was saying, we later found out to not even be true.
She don't have anywhere to go. She don't have no money. And also, she doesn't have a phone because her Caymanian angel, she's from Honduras. I need all the people from Honduras that live on island to help her.
All lies. She's not from Honduras. The Honduras people don't know who she is. right?
Mash it up.
And,
She's from Honduras. I need all the people from Honduras that live on island to help her to go through. She has PR work permit. You know, like she has right to work. She's not Caymanian, but she has right to work. She needs a job, and she's gonna stay with my friend until she gets on to feet. I'm doing this because I went through the same, and I didn't have nobody to help me. I was by myself on island,
and of course, we know that all of that is a lie, right? I'm not saying that she might not have gone through something, but she was giving it as good as she was getting it. I can tell you that without fear of contradiction. She was making people's lives miserable. She was no angel. She was, from all accounts, not a victim either. And the only photos that she has, as someone who claims that she was being, victimized, the only photos that she have is of a singular incident. So when this lady reached out to me on Tuesday, I did not see the message until yesterday. Johan, pay attention now as to why we're discussing this. I owe the public an explanation so that all of you, right, can fully understand what has transpired. I'm shocked. So listen, she's lied about so much that we don't even know if this woman was injured because of a domestic situation or anything of the sort. We don't know how she got the eye and the bruises on her arms or anything like that. What I do know is this same woman looks like she was passed out at a local business later on, I think it was Tuesday, where police had to be called to come and get her. She's passed out on the countertop. So there's something going on with the woman. There's no doubt that she needs some kind of professional help. Someone said yesterday that they were going to try to reach out to her parents in Canada because maybe they need to actually come and offer her some sort of assistance. But all of this narrative about who this woman was and what happened to her, from the looks of it, based on what the woman has also said, right? The message I just saw yesterday seems to be a fabrication. And the question is why? Why on earth would she do this? Somebody just said, what is her end game? Is it to bring down the Cayman Islands? No, it's to try to prove, and it doesn't even make any sense, that she's a victim and she's such a great person so that she can eventually get her son away from Jerome and his mother. And I can tell you that the opposite is what's going to happen, because people are paying attention in this community. When I say people, I'm talking about people who will be in contact with the U.S. authorities, are paying very, very close attention to what Bia is doing. She's a very dangerous person. It's just absolutely ridiculous. The fabrications, the lies, just posting stuff on social media, hoping that you will just believe it just because it's posted on social media, is next level ridiculous. Really, really dangerous. So that's the latest update. I was shocked to see this message. Somebody said she's a brazen fool. Well, it's just really, really shocking. Anthony says Bia's head is destroyed by the drug use she was doing here. And of course, people are aware of exactly who she was and what she was doing, Morning, Cheryl. Big shout out to Prodigy Jewelers and David. Thank you so much. And again, she lives in this make-believe world where she doesn't seem to think that anybody knew her or what she was up to. That's why she can be so bold, challenging, like, you didn't see anything. How do you know what I was doing? Bia, I don't know you, but a lot of other people do. A lot of other people northside and beyond in the community know exactly who you are and exactly what you're up to. And yeah, it's just crazy. Anthony says, Sandy, Bia is trying to social poach your followers, being you are one of the biggest social platforms in Cayman. She's trying to monetize her platform. Maybe that's a better way of making money than what she has been doing. I mean, I would support that if that's what the end game is. But I don't even think that that's the end game. She's just like upset because we have called her out and we have proven that she is dishonest, and we have shown her entire narrative is a lie and how it's being, we've undermined her. So that's why she's upset. And that's why she's reacting the way that she is. But girl, go ahead, continue to do it, because you are taking no skin off of my back. Like I said, the truth of the matter is the authorities are watching you, and they're taking notes. They're extracting your videos, and they're doing what they need to do. So keep posting, keep going on and on. Let me show you guys the latest one somebody sent me this morning, where she changed her account last night and put me up on there. She's done multiple videos again. I mean, she just keeps going on and on and on. Somebody says she got a hard on for you. Well, she can get a hard on as much as she wants. But once again, that not bothering me, not at all. Here it is. Let me just show you guys the screenshot. She not going to impact my livelihood. She's not going to take one French fry off my plate at dinner time. This is what she did with her Instagram account. It would be really funny if this was not someone who's trying to pretend that, she wants to get her child back. You don't think the courts are paying attention? You don't think the lawyers are paying attention? Girl, at this rate, you will never get that boy back. Never, ever. Because you're demonstrating exactly how childish you are and how irresponsible you are. You've done it in other ways, right? There were concerns about the little boy's, health and safety in your care because of what you were exposing him to. And your social media presence continues to prove that you're not ready and you're nowhere near ready. And you may never be ready. And that's a really, really sad situation, because it's unfortunate that any mother should not have access to her child. But here you go. Now we know why. Like I said, I will never give a man right. And, I'm sure Jerome is no angel. I would never give any man right for putting their hands on a woman, except in self-defense. Right? And I understand Jerome, most likely, even in that one instance, I'm sure he overreacted. The court dealt with him. He's lucky he didn't go to jail. Hopefully he has turned over a leaf in terms of that. But, low key, stupid for him to pick up this girl and to then be engaging in this kind of behavior. But the child, I understand, is with his mother. The child is safe and in a good environment, in a good home, and is being taken care of. And that, of course, is the most important thing, because we don't need another Caymanian child being messed up by a parent who has serious issues and needs counseling herself. Go get professional help, Bia. And in the US, you can probably get it for free. In Cayman, it's expensive. It's hard to access. But in the US, you can even do Zoom and online meetings with professionals. So I would highly recommend that you seek professional help. And I want to issue an apology to this woman, because, again, now we know that we don't even know what her story is. We don't know what this is about. She could have been talking about anything that happened to her here. You know what I'm saying? She could have literally walked into door. Like, we don't know, because what we now know is that Bia is a liar, and she has used this video without this woman's permission. The woman said she's not her friend, et cetera, et cetera. She's used it to contrive and to make up a particular narrative and a particular story that simply is not true. And that's really, really sad. Anyway, yep. Just wanted to inform you guys of the latest update, because I literally just saw the message yesterday. I had not seen it before. I forgot to get my little water this morning. Thank you so much for the comments about the semen. Ms. Wanda says that is so unfair. Mr. Calvin put in his time as a seaman in service. It should not matter where he lives in retirement. And like I said, I am highlighting that not just for Mr. Calvin, but for all seamen who are finding themselves, someone else said their uncle's in the same situation. I'm highlighting that for them as well, because this simply isn't right. And in fact, I'm going to send some of these comments right now to the Minister of Finance, the Honorable Ralston Anglin, because I know when they're ready, they can change legislation and they can change this and change that overnight. This is something that they need to change. Anthony says they need to take those receiving benefits that were not espoused during the seaman years away from the Spaniards, Filipinos, and Jamaicans, etc. Mm-hmm. Isn't that crazy, though? That the new ones can come and get the benefit, but heaven forbid the seaman goes overseas and retires. He's no longer entitled to it at the age of 91. Come on now. And his wife, who's been with him for 30-something years, she's not going to get it. Come on now. Lavana says, make it make sense. They take it from the actual seamen, but others that are not even seamen still get those benefits. Shaking my head. Yeah, it's a disgrace. And there are times when we discover a loophole in the system and we have to use, that's what this platform is here for, to highlight these inequities in the system. And speaking of inequities, I want to talk about and give you guys an update on what happened yesterday with CIAA. I'm going to come back to that and give you a little bit of an update there as well. So Aliano says, sorry, Miss Sandy, it's very expensive to live here, but should it be so when the call to eliminate the factors that leads to this issue are constantly overlooked? Well, changing that, Cayman is never going to be a cheap place to stay for more reasons than one. The mere fact that we have to import everything into this country is what drives up the cost of everything, including even the cost of labor. Wanda says, this is so unfair. Mr. Calvin put in his time at sea in service as a merchant marine. It should not matter where he lives in retirement. Thank you, Miss Wanda. Well, says Aliano, Auntie was not lying. Don't hang out in a den of criminals because you'll be a criminal like them sooner or later. Mm-hmm. Andrew says drugs and alcohol will damage your body and lead to early death. Feels good at the time, but consequences. Lies lead to repetitious lying, and live your life and make sensible decisions and choices. And the other thing about lying, Andrew, is you genuinely hurt people with lies. I mean, you know, I know a lot of liars don't think about that, but they do damage to people by the lies that they tell. Like this young lady reaching out, talking about now she's had to engage the police about this video. You know, it's crazy. Island Pearl says, I thought that lady said that her sister is helping her or something. So how now this woman is saying that she don't know her? Could never be. She made that up and posted that woman business out there. Well, like I said, we don't know the conversation. Don't you think it's interesting that Bia, who constantly posts everything and has the original conversation, why didn't you post the original conversation? Why didn't you let us hear, since you already posted the woman business anyway, why didn't you let us hear what the woman was actually saying to you? Because you see, we never heard that, right? You notice that, huh? Let us hear what the woman was actually saying and what her story narrative was, because we need to understand how you got to the conclusions that you came to and how confused you are. So she has it. If she was actually on a phone call with that woman, she has the video. I challenge her here today to post the original video. Let's hear what the woman was actually saying. Because the woman has now messaged and said, nope, I don't. She didn't say she doesn't know her. She said, let me tell you exactly what she said. That is not my friend and was not a consensual recording. Police are involved. Okay. John LaRue, good morning, John, says, I saw your pal Larry at Morgan's the other night in all his glory. Ugly Cybertruck in the parking lot. Hopefully he wasn't drinking and driving as the limoncello was going down fast. Ugh. Let's ensure that neither Larry nor Linda are applying for PR and actually going to get it. If you haven't signed the petition yet, folks, please go and do so. Morning, Leroy. Morning to Irvelyn, Ingrid in the house. Johan, good morning. Sadiqa says, mad woman, narcissistic behavior. Morning, Damien. Miss Gina's here. Damien says, Bia would be great working for CNN. Miss Brenda says, I'm sure you meant Fox. Deborah says, thank God we got rid of another one who should not be here. She's too feisty. Yeah, and it's in that feistiness that, again, I'm to believe that she would let Jerome or any man, because she was always feisty from what I understand. She was tormenting women here and being feisty and sleeping with all his cousins and all his friends and everybody else. If you were actually afraid of a guy, let's try to have this make sense. Like I said, I've never been in a domestic violence situation, so I'm going to concede that I don't know a lot of this stuff, but let me just ask you something. If you were actually afraid of someone hitting you and beating on you, would you go out there and do this kind of stuff right in their face and flaunt it and then, beat up their girlfriend, all this kind of stuff, if you were legit afraid of them? I mean, I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't think that you would be doing anything to provoke them, but yet she sure was. So I kind of find that confusing. I don't know. Plain and straight, good morning. Barbara G in the house. Thank you so much. Happy Friday, Avril. Leroy says Cayman is small. When you think that no one sees, they all see, especially the dirty ways. Like I said, sitting on the north side dock there, doing her most with the drinking and carrying on, and her son right there all midnight and 1 o'clock in the morning. People were noticing it. People in the community know, and they were talking about it. Strong Will says, Auntie, sometimes they don't want the child. They want to get back at the child's father. Isn't that sad, though? Vanessa said the same thing is happening to her uncle as well. Oh, no. We got to change this. We got to do something about this. That's horrible. Plain and Straight says, at Anthony, I've been saying this for years. Thank you for highlighting that the benefit should not be paid to these women who were not married to the seamen when they were out at sea. Good morning, caller.
Hi, good morning. This is Hashiba giving you a call from Flo. How are you doing today?
Good morning. Good. How are you?
That is great to hear. I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. Am I speaking with Sandra Hill?
Yes, we're in the middle of a talk show, though. I'm not sure that you want to be on the talk show. I mean, you might be. Okay. I don't know. Well, I suppose, what are you calling for is the question. How can I help you?
I was calling about promotions that we have ongoing.
Oh.
Can I give you a call back at a better time?
Well, I think I'm good currently.
Okay.
So I probably don't need to hear about them.
Okay. Alrighty then, not a problem.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for taking my call today, and do enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks. You too. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
All right. Abby says next caller. Oh my gosh. Y'all need to try and fix my online thing, cha, so I can see the account when I go to pay it. About promotions. They want you to bundle something, I'm going to give you this and you can bundle this. And you know what you can do, Flo? Come spend some money with us and do some advertising. Then we can talk. Then I can try one of your packages. Hot mess. What a hot mess. All right, then. Let me see here. KK says flow promotion. Get out of here. Laughing out loud. Something for more money. They can make you think you can save some money. Okie dokie. In the end, the liars end up hurting themselves. Well, that's for sure. She's a brazen fool. Thank you so much. I was gonna say, don't tell me that M again. Good morning, caller.
Hi, good morning, Sandy. How are you doing? Good morning, Cayman.
Morning, honey. How are you?
Good. Happy Friday to everyone. I swear, I woke up this morning and I'm like, Lord, please remind me that this is not April. Literally, the first quarter of the year is gone again.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. But I have to call this morning because this is an appeal.
Mm-hmm.
As a Caymanian, as an individual who's been in the tourism industry from 1989, welcoming visitors to our shores. I love my visitors. I love them whether they come here for short periods or whether they come here for long term, because I'm sure that they bring some value to our country at some point in time. But when we talk or we see people such as Linda and Larry, I think, Sandra, let me ask, these people really name, or these are nicknames, but that's their real name, Linda and Larry?
No, man, that's
I have always wondered if they were like nicknames given to them.
No, man, that's a real name.
Okay, so that was a little joke there. But yes, I always wondered, I'm like, Linda, Larry, no, man, that got to be a joke. But I've always had that perspective of, having that Cayman kindness, open my arms, welcome our visitors that are coming to our islands, because persons come here, and I've always thought of the fact that persons are coming here to my country for two reasons. Mm-hmm. One, we're probably one of the safest countries still in the world, despite, having our little petty crimes. And two, the fact that persons come here to better themselves and help better their families back home, because of course there's so much here that they can do and get and send back and take care of their families. So hey, guess what? I am happy with welcoming those persons to our country. But I've watched the trend over the past 10, 12, maybe 15 years. And, when I think back of the years that I heard a particular party talk about wanting to grow our country with population, I think it was just a myth for them to just grow the country with population. They never thought about the population that we're going to allow to come into the country and what it's going to do to our country long term. Mm-hmm. And what we have allowed is we have allowed individuals that no longer is coming here for safety. They're probably coming here, yes, to make themselves better, or do better for themselves and their families. Mm-hmm. But what they're also coming here now with, and this is where our country now is infiltrated with so much crime. And I'm not saying now, mind you, I'm not saying that our country and our people, well, we are our country, put it that way. We, the people, are the country. I'm not saying that we are perfect either. We Caymanians. Mm-hmm. But I have seen these people come here with their nasty, dirty, old habits and criminality ways that they are now infiltrating our country to the point that how hard it is for us to get these people out of our country. Because I can tell you what, if it continues like this, and again, I thank the politicians that are doing what they're doing and trying to clean up the mess. But there's so much now mess that is spread across the country. And you have to do so much to clean it up that, yes, it's going to hurt us. And when I think of this Linda Larry situation with a 17-year-old young Caymanian youth, I do not know the young man personally, but I think of the fact that I have a 17-year-old that just recently got her license. And I have sat and I've preached to her and I've said to her, you know the do's and the do nots, you know the rights and the wrongs. You go out there and you do those. You do what you know is right to do. But then you have those crazy people like Linda and Larry that's going to go out there and do what they're doing. And then have the nerve, and of course, and I'm talking about the fact now that we have welcomed them to come into our country to invest and settle in here. And they've come with their bad habits and poor display of behavior. And then they're going to come in here and want to attack one of our young Caymanians or young male Caymanians, may I say. And at the end of the day, we're going to think about the fact that this young 17-year-old is probably going to pick up a criminality record that really and truly is so stupid. That's the only thing I can say. It's stupid. I am imploring and I am begging and I'm saying to all of our Caymanians, because I'm watching the petition. I signed it. Trust me. And if I could sign it 10,000 times, I would do it. If it means that I got to go and create 1 million emails to re-sign this thing. But what I'm saying is that Caymanians, please wake up. Please sign this petition. And I'm saying you need to let us know, you, Sandy, need to let us know when this case is going to take place, because we're supposed to show up out there on that court steps in hundreds to say to the law people, we're not settling for this decision. We're going to do this peacefully, but we're not settling for this where we're going to get a 17-year-old going to get a record. It's not a major record, but it's a record that is unnecessary.
Yeah.
We have to fight this. So I'm begging all Caymanians today. I'm imploring you. I'm challenging you. Sign that petition and let's start standing up. Let's put actions where the words are or thoughts are. So guys, please sign the petition.
Yep.
Thank you. Have a blessed day and a wonderful weekend.
Thank you so much, my dear. I appreciate it. 936-2626 is the telephone number. By the way, we have a new feature here right in the chat where apparently you can vote. But does it update it when you vote? I don't even know. It says you can vote. So I'm trying this out for the first time. I don't actually know how the poll works, but it says you type 1 or 2 in the chat. So there you go. Ms. Brenda says, Flo, they need to improve their services about promotions. Ms. Brenda, gonna tell it like it is, honey chair. Caller, it's already hurting us, says Ms. Brenda. So yeah, I mean, I don't see how does the poll get updated? I don't even see how that works. But anyway, where are the poll results? So I don't know how this poll works, but anyway, I put it up there. I just saw it this morning that it was added. So I'm like, okay, let's see how this works. Ms. Wanda says seamen who worked on American ships or any Caymanian who worked and that's paid into the social security system and has retired outside of the U.S. can collect a benefit in America, can collect their social security benefits. So why can't Caymanian seamen receive who has their benefits in Cayman be paid even though they live outside the country? And when you hear this interview, oh my gosh, Mr. Calvin is like, he wants his ashes to be in Cayman. That's how much he loves, not Cayman Brac. He's a Cayman Braca. And boy, he loved Cayman Brac to the core. All right. I think we're going to queue up the video now. Vote in the poll, except like I said, I don't know exactly where the results go other than I see you typing them there so far. But it'd be nice if they actually had it working where you could see, like, the votes. But so far, nobody has voted that they believe her. But there you go. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and queue up the interview now. Hopefully the radio will work for this and our radio listeners can enjoy this interview as well. From, oh my gosh. Can I show you guys something? This dog just scared me. He just scared me to death. Okay, sir. There's something he's hearing. And listen, don't make his sides fool you, Those ears work good. Mm-hmm. What you hearing, boy? What you hearing? Yes, sir. My guard dog. All right, let me. I'm checking the cameras, Bobo. Hold on. Something he hearing, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. I think we're good, sir. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. All right. All right, Zeus. We're good. We're good. We're good, sir. We're good. I was just the funny thing is, Zeus. Okay. 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 All right. All right. Oh my gosh. All right. I'm checking. Everything's good. Everything's fine. It's okay. Mm-hmm. It's all right. It's all right. Shh. Hey. Oh, that's enough. No more. Nah, sit down. Sit. No. Zeus, it's okay. I don't know what's going on. Okay, come here. Oi. All right, sir. That's enough noise. Everything's fine. What happened? What's going on? Everything's okay. See? It's okay. It's okay. All good. You good? The funny thing is when he started barking, I was going to tell you guys, y'all just heard that noise he makes? He makes a lot of noise. And I was like, like he wants to talk. Hi. Hello, sir. What's going on? Amore says he's barking for a reason. Yes, most of the time. And then sometimes when he starts, he can't stop. But no, the funny thing is I was just about to show you guys, leave my microphone alone. I was just about to show you guys this video with this dog. And just as I started to introduce it, he started to bark. But the video was muted, so I don't think he could hear anything. But he was like not happy. He's like, look, yeah. But look at this video. This is interesting about a robber who enters a house and a chow chow gets a hold of him. Look at this. So he sees a little small dog and he laughs at first when he sees a small dog. But what he didn't know is right behind that small dog was a much bigger dog. Let's watch it again. Oh no, that's a cat. Is that a cat or dog behind the door? Let me rewind. Oh, that's a cat. No, that's a dog. That's a smaller dog. And then here comes the chow. Yeah. Little did he know what was waiting for him. Right, Zeus? Tell him don't mess with you. You were small, but you still bite him. You still bite them. All right, sir. We calm now? We're good? We good? We good to go? Okay. Mark said he started barking after you mentioned Flo. Oh, Marvin says, OMG, Sandy, your dog has my dog now barking. I know, right? Oh my goodness, they're so funny. Strong Will says Zeus is your match. Okay. Good morning, Miss Olivine. Shaka Zulu's having a good laugh. Andrew says Zeus jealous. Yeah, boy, that video is so funny. I don't know what that guy does in his spare time, but yeah, the undies said a lot. Mm-hmm. You know, don't look like he should be robbing anybody's house. All right, folks. We have, what is 440 plus 34 is 4. I'm the worst at math. Somebody do the math for me. Almost 500 people. Is it safe to say that? My math is not as bad as the DPP office, the DPP guy though. That's 474 people watching the live stream right now. I'm going to pull up the interview with Mr. Calvin, and I invite all of you to remain watching. These segments, first of all, let me tell you in case you don't know anything about Cayman Voices. These are segments and interviews that we do with our members of our community who are seniors. And really, it's about trying to learn more about Cayman history through the individual stories of our uncles, aunts, grandparents, that we are so fortunate that they are still with us. He's 91 years old and so self-sufficient. So he does live in St. Pete. We just gave an update. Were you not paying attention, Johan? We just gave an update. Continue to sign the petition. So he, at 91, still gets around, can still get up and help himself. Some health issues, which is to be expected, I feel like, at the age of 91. But it was so amazing interviewing him. I legitimately, and this is true, I enjoy all of the interviews that I do because everybody's different and everyone brings a unique perspective to how they have lived their lives. And if there is one common thread, like if you were to say to me, like, what do you take away from these interviews? The one common thread that I take away is that our forefathers did not have it easy. They didn't have an easy life. They had a lot of challenges. A lot of them grew up poor. They grew up sometimes, as you hear from Mr. Calvin's story, without a mother, without a father. And there was some level of support there. So, the aunt that would take them, the uncle that would help, somebody stepped in and assisted as best as they could. And so that meant that they were not left just out on their own. They still had some degree of guidance, right? And so as a result, they went to sea really early. Some of them, I'm like, what? 12, not 12, like 13, 14, maybe 15 years old, going out to sea. They were not men yet. That's a boy. But in those days, they were considered men. They had to do what they had to do. A lot of them didn't have early on access to education, formal education. But when they could, they would take a little course here and there and do, what they could. So I am so pleased to have had this opportunity to listen to Mr. Calvin, to be able to interview him. And it is my pleasure now to share this interview with you. We have one with Miss Berna. Hopefully that's going to be coming up soon. And I'll share that with you guys once that becomes available. But they all have amazing stories, really and truly. And so I continue to do this series. And I want to also thank our sponsor for this, because the DART organization does sponsor this. And they have been now for a number of years. And it's really just an amazing opportunity to highlight them, to highlight Cayman stories. And it is just, absolutely amazing that I get this opportunity to do these interviews. So sit back, folks. Get your second. Hi, Leanne. Get your second cup of coffee. I was in the Tampa area, and there's even a whole story about how Caymanians are at these different seaports, right? So Tampa is a seaport. Texas, certain parts of Texas, seaports. St. Petersburg. So sometimes they'd go to Tampa, then they would go right there to St. Pete. So there's a lot of Caymanians actually in the Tampa and St. Pete area from way back when. And they sometimes go back and forth, and some have then made those areas their permanent homes. So it's a very, very fascinating story. So folks, please sit back and enjoy this interview with Mr. Calvin. Cayman Voices was a dream that I had for several years now. It's about taking the power of storytelling to embrace our own collective history as a people. Through our individual stories, we're able to see the common thread that binds us together as one. One person's personal journey has become our collective culture, heritage, and history. This series will show people from all walks of life sitting down with me as the host and going through their life journey. Sometimes there are unknown elements of their lives, But ultimately, we're going to walk away having learned something new with every person that we sit down with. I guess I would explain it as an exploration of our story. I'm naturally curious about people and their lives, so Cayman Voices is exciting and allows me to capture this for everyone to enjoy. We are seeking out Caymanians, multi-generational, as well as some who have moved here to, uproot their entire lives and to make this their home. This dream would not be possible without some sponsorship, and so I'd like to thank the DART organization for stepping up to the plate to ensure that we're able to deliver regular monthly content for our viewers to enjoy. So sit back, kick up your feet, turn up the radio, relax, and listen to Cayman Voices. I'm so incredibly delighted to be sitting down with Mr. Calvin today, and we're going to get some details about his life. 90-year-old Caymanian living abroad, and a little bit of information about who he is in the Cayman context. So, Mr. Calvin, let us go way back, right? Because one of the things that we like to do with this series is to try to figure out what your connections are to Cayman. So Calvin Christian, you're a Christian. Tell us what your family connections are, parents. If you can remember anything about your grandparents, that'd be great too.
Oh, yeah. My name is Calvin Christian, and I was born in Stake Bay, Cayman Brac, right next to the graveyard.
Wow.
The lady who delivered me was Julia Ruddy.
Wow.
At Stake Bay. I grew up, my father was Calvin Christian, who was lost at sea in 1938, I think, on the Unoco that was coming from Grand Cayman to Tampa, and it just disappeared. Nobody ever knew more thing about it. So my grandparents and my aunt, they literally raised me because my mother couldn't, she became a mother without support. So she took my sister to Jamaica with her so that she could, make a living to, to support her. So I grew up with the grandparents.
Right.
And went to the public school there with Teacher Hill. He was a good teacher. At that time in school, we didn't have we were poor. Everybody was poor. You were equal. You borrow coffee from somebody, flour, sugar, whatever it is like that. You walk to school bare feet. You come back home, you take off your clothes, go play whatever. You just had to be in by the time the sun goes down because there wasn't any street lights. You didn't have much choice. You had to go home. Anyway.
Can I ask you a little bit, before we continue, can I ask you a little bit about the ship with your dad? So they never found?
No, they never found a trace of her. She left, I don't remember the exact date she left Grand Cayman, but she was gone 2 weeks. Then they didn't have communication. So the agent or whoever in Tampa sent a cable to see what happened to the boat. That, and they sent back and said, well, she should have been there. She left here 2 weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
By that time, they started to search, but they didn't find anything. The crew, and they had some passengers from Grand Cayman on there.
There were some passengers as well.
Right, yeah. If you look up into the archives, you can get the name.
Okay.
My father, being who he was, I guess I kind of take after him. He wasn't supposed to be on the ship. But one of the guys had a family emergency, so he asked my father to fill in for him. So so it happened on the 4th of July, 1938. I was 18 months old.
You were 18 months.
When he passed away. I have no knowledge of him. The only thing I got is a picture of him and a friend from Cayman Brack, Merrill Ryan. But that's a story about that boat.
Right. And were there any other workers that you were aware of on the ship other than your dad from Cayman?
Yes, the ship was actually from Cayman.
Oh.
The New Noco. She was actually from Cayman.
Okay.
The captain, the whole crew, everybody, the passengers, everybody was Caymanian. Because that was like the going back and forth, trading and
Right.
and stuff like that. But the whole ship was okay. Never found a thing about them. It's like a lot of people had theory about the Bermuda Triangle, but Bermuda Triangle is a
Different area.
Is a different area.
Yeah.
So, like I said, my mother went to Jamaica and took my sister. I grew up in till I was 14. At that time, you couldn't get no other education in Cayman Brack, So I kind of hit the road and started to working for different people. I used to work for Mr. Aston Ruddy, Mr. Capper Foster, some of the Ryans, and used to clean the roads in Cayman Brack with the sand.
Okay.
After that, when I was about 16, I finally branched out, and my mother got my fare for me, and I went to Jamaica. I was working in a photographer's studio, and then Captain Reed comes along, and he had a opening on one of the ships that run to Trinidad and Belize. I was not quite 17, so my mother signed the papers for me to leave. I stayed with them for a couple of years, and then I came home and joined Southwell. And I was running from Mobile, Alabama to Venezuela. The good part about it was I had an aunt in Mobile, Alabama. So I stayed on that ship 6 years and 8 months because I was home all the time with her. And my first wife came down from Tennessee. She was in school, and we got married.
Okay. Now
there.
tell us a little bit about this aunt. How did she end up in Alabama?
Okay. Over the years, a lot of Caymanian was able to go to the States without any problem. Some of them went to Cuba. Some of them went to other places like that. She married a gentleman, I'm not too sure, from East End or Bordentown, and his name was John Rickett.
Okay.
And he was on a boat, going back and forth, and he took her over there, and they bought a house and lived. They didn't have any children, so my mother told me and grandfather told me about her. That was my mother's sister.
Right.
So when I got there, she lived on Scott Street. I think it was 410 Scott Street. And I went looking for her, and she was happy to see me. And I mean, she took me every time I was in Alabama. I'd go shade. I laid my clothes there, my everything like that.
Yeah. So on your dad was a Christian. That was his last name. Now on your mother's side, who would she have been connected to?
My mother is a Hurston.
Okay.
Her name is Gracia Janetta Hurston. Her father, which is my grandfather, was James Hurston.
Okay.
Now, James Hurston was a half brother of Uncle Simeon and some of the other Hurston that were there. Now, I don't mean to be prejudiced or anything like that, but my grandfather was white. And he married my grandmother, Leah, and I think she came from East End because she was a Rankin. over there.
Okay.
So that's where it come in. Now, they had a lot of, my grandfather and grandmother had a lot of children.
Okay.
And some of them, they just spread it all over the world. Some was in New York, some was in Ohio, some was in Honduras, because
Wow.
they couldn't get anything
Yeah.
done. So they went out.
So they traveled
They
all
traveled
over.
like
Okay.
yeah.
So that's very, very interesting. So your connections to Cayman Brac are stronger than through your father's side of the family.
Right.
So he was a proper Bracker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, he was. I think my grandparents might have come from on my mother's side. Now, on my father's side, Aunt Dora was my grandmother, and she was Uncle Ballanjay's sister. Yeah, right. And I guess Uncle Ballinger lived to 104. So I know I'm not going to beat him, but that's the Christian side of it.
Yeah.
In any of the Christians from the Brac, I'm related to. Any of the Holston, I'm related to. But over the years, they intermingle, come to Cayman because they didn't have anything.
Right.
Also, the McLaughlin in Cayman Brac and Cayman, because my Aunt Dolly, she married Tyrrell McLaughlin. And they had children, just about, I think must have about half a dozen or more children. One of them died in the Panama Canal when they were doing the Panama Canal. They were working because they come around the West Indies and get these workers to go help in the Panama Canal. And he died of malaria fever over there like that. So they didn't bother to bring his body back like that.
Okay.
But the McLaughlin, yes, I'm related to them.
To them as well.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah.
They got James. One of the boys, Osman, he was also a seaman, and he was on a tanker. They got in bad weather, either a tanker or an oil carrier. They got in bad weather, and the gangway broke loose, and they sent him and a couple more people out there to tie it down, but they didn't use the tether, what they call a tether, around your waist, and you hook it, and he got washed overboard.
Wow.
And it was sad to know him because he and I was good friends. We were like brothers. We do things like scare the girls and all that kind of stuff in the graveyard.
Yeah. So when you were, I guess I was going to ask you, were you ever afraid as a young man, having lost your father at sea? You hear these stories growing up. Was there any fear about going off to sea?
No, and looking back at it, even though I was a young age, the people, the men that I encounter or work with, they were all Caymanians. So one of the gentlemen, he was a bosun on the boat. His name was Lazarus, and he was from Cayman Brac. So he was an older man, and he kind of tell me, say, don't do this, don't do that, don't follow those guys, drinking or anything like that. And over the years, I kind of followed that path that I would always try to do. I wouldn't go with the crowd. I didn't want to get mixed up like that. So looking back on my life, I can't complain because it's like somebody was watching me, and everything just kept falling in line as I go. I never had any real problem. I never had no real hardship. But to think about it, it's kind of scary to me, to how could one person without a father and a mother to survive this long in this world, like that.
Now, did your mom, did she come back then? You said she was in Jamaica. She
Right.
went to Jamaica basically to find work.
Right.
Did she actually come back to Cayman Brac at some point?
I think she did for just a short period of time for a visit, but she was there. And when I migrated here to the United States, and I asked her if they wanted to come, and her, my sister, and my sister, husband, and two boys, and they all said yes. So they all came over here. One of the boys went into the service. The younger boy went to work for a public supermarket for 3 years.
Wow.
And my sister used to work in a bank. Unfortunately, my mother and my sister and my brother-in-law all
They
passed away.
How much older was your sister than you?
I would say that she must have been about 3 or 4 years older than me. She was about 3 or 4 years older than me. Unfortunately, one of her boys, the youngest boy, passed away a couple of days ago.
Oh no. I'm so sorry to hear.
He was a little too heavy, and he didn't get his heart couldn't handle it.
Wow.
I knew them. Got the pictures on there when they were tiny.
Yeah. We'll look at some of your. You can
Yeah.
pull out your photo album and look
Yeah.
at some of your pictures.
Yeah, that thing they just keep going on and on.
Oh yeah, the electronic photo album.
Right,
Oh
yeah.
my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's go back then. You were mentioning you had gone off to sea, and you spent how many years in total then?
I spent 13 years in sea.
Okay.
I migrated in the U.S. In 1964 or 62. And but before that, when I had got off the ship, I had went to Chicago and studied for air condition and electric trade. So when I migrated, I went to work for Sayers and Rubert,
Okay.
and I worked for them for 20 years,
Right.
and then I left because one day I was on the ship and I said to myself, I don't want to be a casualty of the sea like my father. So that's why I got this book and find out where to go to get a visa to go to school and stuff like that, and that's how I did. I stayed in California for 10 years, and I had a big earthquake, and I got scared, and I said, I'm coming to Florida.
Now, when you were at sea, what are some of the ports that you would have been to?
Okay. We went Trinidad, Guyana, all the Windward Islands.
Okay.
Haiti and stuff.
Yes.
Venezuela, Rio de Janeiro, South Africa,
Wow.
through the Red Sea, Egypt, and the canal, the Straits of Hormuz, running oil on an oil tanker. And we would, when they had the war between the Egyptian and the Israeli, they closed the canal, they had sunk some ship. So we had to come all the way around South Africa and stop and get supplies. Back in those days, it was highly prejudiced. That's not the word I want to look for. Well, I guess it was. So when you go there, you got a separation of this and that, so to speak. I give you a joke. And back in those days, even in the United States, Baltimore, I went there, and I used to like to go to the movies. 50 cents to go to the movies. I didn't follow the gang. So I goes up there, and the guy says, Are you black or white? I said, I'm Caymanian. He said, okay, go ahead. That's the kind of thing I had to deal with.
Yes.
In my whole lifetime. But I didn't let it bother me to the point, that it created a problem for me. And there were lots of. One time we went through the Panama Canal with a load of aviation fuel from Venezuela to El Segundo, California. And everybody was noticed all about no smoking, no tools, no anything, because if that thing had went off, that was it. We left from California. Instead of coming back this way, we went over on the other side. They passed the international date line, to get back to Arabia to get another load of oil.
Oh, wow.
To come back to the Atlantic side.
Yes.
We went into Le Havre, France. We went into Southampton, England. Places like that. We went into Canada with oil in those days. So it was quite an experience. I learned a lot. And after coming here to Florida, I finally wind up working for Stetson Law College. I worked there 17 and a half years.
Wow.
And I used to be the director over the whole college operation, seeing the buildings, the campus, the whole thing. And one day I got up and I looked in the mirror, and because I was 60 something, and I asked myself, what do you want out of life? And I didn't really get an answer then, but I made a decision on the spur of the moment. I talked to my wife about it because we had already started a house in the Brack. And we decided that, okay, I could quit. I went in and told my boss that I'd give him the key. She and I packed up what we had to do and went down there to finish the house. No job, not a lot of money, just some few credit cards. And we built that house with the money that we got from Cayman and the credit cards. And we never had any problem, and I'm trying to figure out why. It's like some divine thing has always been that if I even try to stumble,
It was there to make sure you got back up.
right.
Wow.
And this is something it has puzzled me over the years, and I try to find an answer, but I guess I'll never know, and just how to mark it up to divine,
Intervention.
intervention.
Wow.
My operations, all of them have come through. People have gone in for minor things and happened.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for being here 91 years. We've been in this house 34. We've been married 35. And we're like two peas in a pot. It gets scared sometimes. We say the same thing at the same time.
Yes. Yes.
It is. But it's, I love being in the States. But I love Kevin Brack more.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Did you ever live in Grand Cayman?
No, not in the length of that. I was only
Okay.
in Grand Cayman, maybe years, 8 months, 6 months, like that, something like that.
Yeah.
But I've been going back and forth into Cayman because, like I say, my aunt and them lived there. And I know just about quite a few people, like the Mr. Arthur place. The girls were young and we were all teenagers and kind of run around in the graveyard and scare them and things like that. And I tell you how fun it is. All of those years that I was friend with that family, I come over here, and what do you know? I goes into the hardware store, and the man behind the counter is the husband of Mr. Arthur's daughter.
Wow.
Mr. Arthur had Athlin and the other girl, I forget what she named. Anyway, he wanted to retire from it. That's when I called my brother-in-law, because he was in the hardware business in Jamaica. I asked him if he wanted to come over, with the family, and he said yes. He came over, and the gentleman was so nice. We paid him some money, and we worked the store and pay him.
Wow.
There again, unfortunately, somebody terminated his life. We had one more payment, and we would have been home free with that business. One more payment.
Wow.
And you wonder sometimes how life can change in a split second. And we have to be prepared to deal with it. Other words, we're not going to function, in the future like that.
Yes, these losses have been very hard.
I know the Borden, like Mr. Arthur Borden, his son Truman Borden, because we used to be Truman, Osman, and myself. We were the three guys, and it was Addie, Blossom, and Mr. Arthur's youngest daughter. They were the three girls. So we were like teenagers, go and get an ice cream or whatever it is, and stuff like that. So
Yes.
they were the days that I remember most in Cayman, like that.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Yeah. So you still have one nephew. That's the one that went into the service.
Yes, he is when he got out of the service, he went to work for the people who launched the rockets
Okay.
and
NASA.
NASA, and he got out of that for a while. He was working as a stevedore, and then he went back to work for them. So that's where he is now.
Okay.
So he came down for the funeral of his brother, but
Yes.
he went back now, so he don't have any time off, because sometimes they'll launch that thing on a weekend, and he's got to be there. I think he's one of the guys that sits in a room and watch the computer and track it or whatever it is. But he was in the Air Force for 4 years, I think it was, for his time.
Yes.
But like I said, I have no complaints with the way my life went. My one of my daughters, she's another one that loves Cayman. She's been down there 30 years or more, I guess. And the other one, she's here. She's been working for one of the companies over 30 years. So we all have been steady, in our path of life.
Yes. When I was coming up, Mr. Calvin, I was speaking to someone at the airport, and they said to me, there's a lot of Caymanians actually in the St. Pete area, because Caymanians, because of having worked on the ships, and they went into a lot of these different ports, you found that where they tend to have settled was closer to the water, closer to ports.
Right, yeah.
So whether it was like Galveston, Texas area, St. Pete, if they went to New York, it was kind of closer to the water. What drew you to the St. Pete area?
because it was closer to go home on vacation, because we used to go to, my first wife, she was from Cayman Brac also. And we would fly from here to Jamaica to see my family. And then we would fly from here to Cayman Brac. Those were the days when Lennon Tibbetts had that DC-3 that used to fly out of Clearwater Airport.
Right.
And they used to fly in there.
Okay.
And I have never, I always try to go back home for whatever, just to go. And you know, the funny part, I don't get homesick, but I still got that bond, you know, and things like that. And you might want to cut this, but you can fill it, you know, clip it out. Even in my last days, I have made arrangement that when I go, my ash is going to be Cayman Brac.
In Cayman Brac.
In the ocean,
Yeah.
across where I was born.
Yes. That's where your heart is.
Yep. In the old days, in that piece of property that was there, my grandfather had a lot of coconut trees. And all the grandchildren had his own coconut tree. I don't know how true it is or what it is, but it was a saying that they had buried my navel string under this coconut tree.
Well, we're very familiar with the saying as Caymanians, you know, this is where our navel string is buried.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, it buried somewhere in
You're right,
Cayman
yeah.
Brac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it is difficult for her to understand me
Yes.
in that love for my art.
Yeah.
Because growing up as a child, look there, right there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Is that
That's
the
a
house?
beautiful picture.
Yeah. No,
That's the boat.
yeah, yeah. That there, you see there?
Uh-huh.
That is my obituary.
Oh, wow. I'm gonna see if we can record some of this. You keep talking because I'm
Yeah.
gonna record some of this over here.
This was during the time that I've lived here.
Yeah.
I've had instances where there's other cattle. Just take your left hand and turn it to the
We're
right.
gonna scroll it this
Yeah,
way.
Yeah, there.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
over the years, I've run into situation where there was another Calvin Christian,
Oh.
and we had the same tax, income tax.
Oh my goodness.
We had the same bank.
So this is his obituary.
That is his obituary.
Oh my
People were
goodness.
calling my ex-wife and said that they were so sorry
Oh no.
to hear that Cal had passed away.
And where was he from? Was he also from Cayman Brac?
No,
Oh,
he's an American.
he's an American.
Yeah,
Okay.
he was an American, and the only difference is that you will notice the names of the children
Yes.
and stuff there like that.
Oh, that is so interesting. Now tell me about this
and-
other image here. This is a boat there at the bottom.
Okay, that's the Panama Canal.
Oh, this is the
Yeah,
canal
yeah.
here.
Yeah, this is the tank I was on with the fuel, and this is the bridge in the
Wow.
Panama Canal.
Yes.
That's my great granddaughter. I'm trying to show you that house. Maybe it's this way. I don't know. I want to show you the little house that I was born in. I mean,
Oh, wow.
it's just a 2x4, so to speak.
Yes.
There's a friend of mine in Mobile, Alabama, when I was at my aunt's house. Okay, come on. It's got to be there.
You got a lot of pictures in there.
Yeah. This is my mother and father-in-law.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me just.
Yeah, he's a full-blooded Chinese, and she's a Trinidadian.
Okay.
And these were my two daughters on there. You can see, look, all of these are Cayman Brack pictures.
Yes.
All of these are Cayman Brack picture. That was an hour.
Beautiful.
That's when I was in Mobile, Alabama.
Wow.
That's how I used to dress when I was young.
Yes.
You know, I
Very
always-
handsome.
Yeah, always. Okay, there's a house that we built.
That was the house you built in Cayman Brack.
Yeah.
Okay.
And right in here, the reason that bush is there, there's a historic, what we call mastic tree that is straight. They used to use that to put into the ship, and I wouldn't cut it down. I said, I wanted to keep it, they're like that. Otherwise, they would clear the whole thing. Come on.
Very nice.
Getting closer, I think it is. Oh, that was in Mobile, Alabama. This is my aunt's house.
Okay.
Yeah. In the old time, David thing in the pin of loafers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right.
So you said your aunt never had any children. So
No.
she
She had a young man. His name was Carl Ronderson. That she kind of adopted. So when she passed, everything went to him. They had a piece of land in the Brack, and they sold that. Come on. Where in the devil that thing is? And they were all of my family is basically, my mother was 97 when she passed. My aunt was 96. My grandfather was 96.
So longevity definitely runs in the family.
Yeah. Barley was 104.
Yeah.
Daisy was 102. This is the young man that passed away.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the other brother.
Right.
Yeah. This was on my 90th birthday.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. You got a lot of pictures there, lots of memories.
Yeah. I just wanted to show you that house.
Yeah. So you had the two girls.
Right. We adopted the two girls, these two. Yeah, when they were babies from California.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Very beautiful.
Oh, see all of these pictures, these are taken in Cayman Brack with the grandkids.
Yeah.
Come on. This is Jackie's niece and nephews. There. Okay, here.
Yes.
I don't know, you might have seen this. When the kids came up to a thing in Florida,
Okay.
I transported them. I didn't transport them. I transported the luggage. All of these kids here, and that's me there. The Parker, I think Parker was the sports director at that time or whatever it was. And okay, here. I think that's the new Noco, if I'm not mistaken. Can you see?
It says sons for the Farrington family, later owned by the Kernel family, and then the Cayman board for Tampa, Florida, with a crew of 21, as well as passengers. There's a little something missing there, but she had kerosene, oil, and gasoline transported back to Grand Cayman. The weather was good, but after many Coast Guard searches, no trace at the time. Oh my gosh, of sadness for the entire island.
Yeah.
There had been a lot of speculation as to that little bit cut off there, one of those unsolved mysteries of the ocean. Wow.
Yeah, that's where that was.
Yeah.
This is I think this is there.
The new Noco.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look that one up because
Yeah, that's there. That's my granddaughter sleeping on my back. They were good kids. Never had no trouble with them. This is an award that when this was the dean of the school,
and we from the city of St. Pete that they gave us. I used to travel all over the country with Stetson like that, you know. I had a car that okay, now this is my father.
That's your father there.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's Calvin Christian. This guy here is Merrill Ryan. He's from Cayman Brack.
Okay.
Yeah, so the Ryans over
Right.
there. This here, he was married to my cousin Marjorie. His name is Elman Borden, but everybody used to call him Cudjoe. He used to play guitar. And they moved to Cayman from Cayman Brack after I left.
Beautiful.
There's one of the Southwell.
The calendar. Yes,
yeah.
I have one of those. Beautiful.
That we used to. Okay, this guy here, Godfrey.
Oh yes.
He used to. We were on the same ship.
Oh, okay.
The old transport, and he used to be. I think he used to be a messman or the guy who used to clean up for the officers.
Mr. Godfrey.
Yeah, but there's somewhere in there. There's a picture of us when he was young, he tall and skinny. Where the house went? Good grief! That was a 2-room house that I was born in. You know, I mean, back then
Now, over the years when you traveled, did you stay in contact with, I mean, you were pretty much here for some time. Did you stay in contact with, you know, a lot of the family, even when you were off to sea? Did you stay in contact with people from Cayman Brack?
Yes, because just more or less, you know, write a letter, and then when you get into to port, you would get an answer back or something like that.
Oh, who's this
Okay.
lovely lady?
Okay, that's my grandmother's sister. Her name is Laura McLaughlin. She was married to Alric McLaughlin, and I don't remember these who do it. And what happened was he only had one hand because he had them days they were risky and they were using dynamite to blow the fish in the shallow water.
Oh.
And he held on to it too long,
Oh.
and he lost one hand.
Oh, wow.
This is someplace. These are my kids. Come on.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah. Oh well. I guess if I don't see it. Oh. Okay. Now, that little house you see there like that. That was where I was brought up in, but the it wasn't like that because the person, my cousin family, they rebuilt it. This used to be a shingle roof, and it was just like this. My grandfather and grandmother used to sleep in that room. My aunt and her husband used to sleep in this room. Me and my cousin used to sleep on the trash bed. And every time you hear this noise. So when you get up in the morning, you got to roll it up and put it in there. When the roof was leaking, I would get up in the ceiling and poke the rod little thing through, so my grandfather could see it, and he would put in a new shingle to cover up the hole. Yeah.
Lots of history there for sure.
Oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see all of this.
Yeah. Don't worry.
All of this was came in when we were down there on vacation.
Oh, yeah.
And we had the taxi, the guy named Leon Taxi or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
There. That's it.
This is a little house you were born in then.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
Look at that.
So they put that on a truck and move it from Stake Bay to Spot Bay. And then the people who used to live there, they left and went to Cayman, and and then Paloma comes along and tear it up real bad.
Oh, wow.
So they finally
Yeah, took it
bulldoze
down.
it down.
Oh
you
my
know,
gosh.
stuff like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, finally.
that is something. Wow. So no regrets, no regrets. Good life.
Nope, good life. Yep. I thank God. I mean, I keep wondering why me, Lord, so to speak. Is it because I was fatherless, motherless, that somebody's guiding me? Through the years.
Yes.
And in growing up, it was like, okay, if you come home and they didn't have too much to eat, you know what to do. The first thing we do, or not the first thing, but we'd hit the vegetation. You go looking for almonds, you pound almond. You go looking for the grapes. You go looking at cactus. You get the red thing they call it, or the yellow ones, or and that's how you survive.
Yes.
And this generation, or the younger generation, could not survive in that environment like we did. We know how to cook because they teach us to learn to cook.
Right.
When in Christmas time, everybody had a little pot outside in a little hut that they built and learned to cook that way. I mean, you had to learn how to wash your clothes and hang them up, iron sew button or whatever it is.
Yes.
I've seen stuff on the Facebook, a bunch of timbers.
Yeah.
Somebody asked, "What are these?"
Wow.
But right away I knew what a thimble is. I mean, and that's why some of the people today meet it hard because they don't know how to survive.
Right.
They don't know how to survive. They don't know how to stretch things. Okay. Even with us today, most of the time, 90% of the time, we watch the sales, and we watch the one that say buy one get one, and you'd be surprised, how much you can save. But then there's other people. They make it harder for themselves. They don't try to do things to survive.
To live within their little budget and
Right?
stuff like
Yeah.
that.
The old people used to say, "Never hang your hat any higher than you can reach it." But a lot of them got them up on a light pole and they can't reach it.
That's very
and
true.
and they complain.
That is so true.
Complain.
If you had to give some advice to, a lot of people will see this interview, Mr. Calvin, thank you so much
Yeah.
for taking the time to
Yeah.
sit with me. But what advice would you give to, young Caymanians now?
Maybe I'm wrong. But the foundation of any young Caymanian comes from the parent. And one of the problems you got with young Caymanians is the family. The family don't go to church anymore. Or they do go to church. But basically the adults go to church. When I was growing up, me and my cousin, we used to go to Spot Bay Baptist Church. And we used to rotate, ringing the bell for the Sunday school and the church. We would go on the north side of the church and get the big grape leaves and put them on the bench for the people who come because they didn't have no air conditioning and stuff like that. You have to teach your child from the day it's born the facts of life, what you're going to prepare them for the future, and make sure that they're on the right path. And if you stray away from God, so to speak, you're going to be in trouble.
So that when your child grows up, they will know. And you ask a child, what do you want to be? And hear what it says. Now, we had a session in school with Teacher Hill, and they had asked everybody. And they asked me and said, what do you want to be? I said, I want to be an engineer. I was born that way because on the Simboco, which used to run from Grand Cayman, Cayman back to Jamaica, I would stand in the engine room door and look down in there, and the chief engineer come up and ask me if I wanted to take a look. I did that. I had this thing about mechanical cars, washing machines, anything mechanical. And as I grew up and started working with it, when I have a problem with it, I would always, this is crazy, I mean, it's crazy. I would always speak to the machine or whatever. I said, you dumb son of a gun, you made out of nuts and bolts, but I got a brain. I'm going to fix you today. You know,
Yeah.
it was a challenge.
You had the confidence to know you could figure it out.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. See that computer there?
Yeah.
I took that in. They cost me $100.
Yeah.
They tell me that they couldn't fix it.
Oh.
I come home, I get my iPad, I look it up on Google, what was wrong with it.
Wow.
The iPad tell me what to do. I did it.
Boom.
Never
Now
lost
it's
it. Never lost a megabyte of all the information we had on there.
Wow.
These are the things that young people need to do. They need someone to hold them till they get to that point
Yes.
that you can let go. And by the same time, it's an old saying is that when the kids are going to school, they think they're going by themselves, but somebody's walking behind them. You know, you need that kind of environment for these young Caymanians. If they follow that kind of direction, they can make it. But you cannot be challenged and say, "Oh, I bet you can't do that," and you know it's wrong. But you want to be in, and you do it just to please them. That's the wrong thing to do. You know, because what's going to happen, the first thing they're going to do is, when you get in trouble, they're going to abandon you. They're going to abandon you.
Right.
So you need to focus and say, well, I want to be a painter, I want to be a construction worker, whatever you want to be, you can do it. No if, and, but. You can do. You just got to focus on it like that. When they picked me up in, not me especially, but a whole bunch of us in Grand Cayman in 1954 on the old transport, some of us were working in there, you know, and I had a little experience on the other ship that I was on and working in engine room, so I went in engine room. When the ship got to Mobile, Alabama, I was just a wiper cleaning up and stuff. The chief engineer asked me, and it was kind of weird, but why pick on me? I mean, he come to me and asked me, said, "Do you want to stay?" And I told him yes. I stayed on that ship 8 years and 6 months.
Wow.
I did the wiper, I did the oiler, I did the fireman, I did the junior engineer, and I wind up doing the third engineer. I went to New York and got my engineering license and went back on the ship. So these are things that if you're going to do something, you got to focus.
You got to commit to it.
Yeah, you got to commit, and don't get discouraged. Because if you do, you're not going to make it. You just got to go with it like that. I didn't have an opportunity to go to college like some people. But I got 2 folders there. I got about 30 certificates in there.
Wow.
Anything I could learn, from construction to a security guard, weapons handling, painting, anything that I could learn, auto mechanic, anything I could learn.
You did it.
I did it. And that's the only way that you can survive, because when you got that kind of determination experience, you can always improvise and go from one job. At one point in my life, I was working 3 jobs. But I know that was not my goal. My goal was to get what I wanted. Once I get it, I quit. I would go work in a convenience store, 11 to 7 on a midnight shift, 8 to 5 or 8 to 4 on another job, 1 hour in between. I did that for about 6 months. Well, once I got what I wanted, I dropped the night job, stuck with the day job, and I was there 17 and a half years.
Wow.
So if you don't do not get discouraged. If you know what you want, and put on the blinders and go straight for it, no matter what it is. And if you do, people notice you, and you don't think that they do, but they notice what you say and what you do and how you act towards people, and that makes a lot of difference in life. Oh, just going back to the story with the Calvin Christian and the thing there. One day I come home from work. I used to work in Tampa for Sears. And my wife said the sheriff was here. And I said, why? Oh, she said that he dropped off a warrant for child support. I said, what? True, the same thing.
Yeah.
I had to get a lawyer because
Oh my gosh.
I couldn't say that I wasn't Calvin Christian.
Right.
What if the person had come up and say, yes, you are?
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So I had to get the lawyer.
Did you ever have an opportunity to meet him?
No.
Oh my goodness.
Because the woman, filed the complaint or child support or what it was, you see. And that was up in Pinellas Park or somewhere. And I had no way of defending myself.
Right. Did he have a different middle name, or he didn't have a middle name, or?
Most of the time, they don't use middle name here. They just say the first name. Yeah. the first name. So it's
So you had a twin that you didn't necessarily want.
Right. It was so. After a while, then things settled down, and everybody realized that it's possible that
There's more than one Calvin Christian.
Right. So now I'm very careful.
Yeah.
Oh,
when was it that he passed away? Do you know when that was?
It had it on the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't notice
but that was a repost. Saying it was 2 years ago.
Okay.
But I've been carrying that thing around for, I don't know, 15, 20 years or more.
Oh, wow.
More.
Yeah.
More.
Yeah.
Because that happened with my first wife.
Right.
So that was back in the 80s that happened.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
But for young Caymanians, I would say, if you want to be an engineer, go for it. If you want to be a doctor, go for it. And don't waste your time doing things. You can go to the library and get books and read and help you along like that, and reading is a very important thing in your life to get the knowledge, because you don't have the resources to go to college, but you can go to the library and get books and still learn.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in this day and age in technology, the
internet is there.
Yeah, and you can do a search and you can find just about anything in there.
Yeah.
Like that, tell you how to do it. Yeah.
Well, I know you know how to use the internet, because you're always sending me very interesting things to read.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. But thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me. I'm glad that we got this opportunity.
Yeah.
And you gotta come home and visit.
I definitely going to try to get back down there one more time for the mango and the plum season.
Yeah, you love mangoes.
Oh, Lord.
Oh.
I got a mango tree out there.
Beautiful.
The other day when when the temperature went down to 41 or something like that, I had 4 tiki torch.
Trying to keep that tree warm.
And I was up all night.
I never went to bed. I stayed
Oh my goodness.
every half hour. I would go out there and check the temperature. I even put my temperature in the tree.
To make sure it's warm enough.
So it was warm
Yeah,
enough.
I love mangoes too, but I like them turned. I don't really eat them right per se, but I like turned mango. But yeah,
And I got an avocado tree. That thing must be about 15, 20 feet high.
wow.
And it is loaded. Last year, the doggone squirrels, as soon as they bud out like that, they ate them up. This year, I watch them every day. I got artificial owls out there.
Oh yeah, to scare them away.
I got cayenne pepper out there.
You know what you probably have to do, which is what we do in Cayman now because all the iguanas, is we wrap a piece of the foil, the metal foil around the base so that they can't grip on it.
Oh, okay.
And that once the iguanas can't grip, they can't go up in the tree to eat.
Yeah, the old
Yeah.
people in years gone by used to put a tin around the coconut
That's
tree
right.
to keep the rats from.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I
Anything that any
I forgot
tin,
about that.
metal tin, yeah.
Yeah.
Then they can't make a grip to run up the tree.
Right, yeah.
But yeah. Well, thank you, my dear. I really appreciate this
I
opportunity.
appreciate stopping by. Next time in the neighborhood.
There are pictures of Cayman that we hold in our minds, and those impressions remain with us through the course of time. It's really a collection of the things we've done and seen, and if you know this country well, you know just what I mean. Like the Luisito Heights making a fish tea, that's Cayman. Cassava cake and cold swanky, that's Cayman. A jupina drink and a beef patty, that's Cayman. And Herbie Martin, that belly, that's Cayman. Georgetown Harbor sleeping quietly on Sunday night. Captain Theo and Rex Crichton making Christmas bright. It came and brack, the cocoa plum covers the ground like grass. And people you don't know at all wave hello as you pass. Country and western and dirty reeds, that's Cayman. Children sucking on a mango seed, that's Cayman. Nor'wester waves in Hogstye Bay, that's Cayman. Pirates Week, East End Day, that's Cayman. Mr. Howell's shoe shop in the older part of town. Casuarina's leaning on the roadside in South Sound. To look out on the ocean and see various shades of blue. To walk the road at night and find that nobody bothers you. Looking crabs with a little flashlight, that's Cayman. Nobody in town after 9 at night, that's Cayman. People in the airport know you by name, that's Cayman. At Rum Point before the Hyatt came, that's Cayman. A nation is a people living out the lives they choose, celebrating when they win, crying when they lose. Those who say Cayman is not a nation legally, it's very clear to me they missed the point entirely. Smelling jerk pork as you're driving by, that's Cayman. Christmas beef, button tonguefish fry, that's Cayman. Your car break down, you get a lift to town, that's Cayman. Sunday cricket, agriculture ground. That's Cayman. A downtown beach where children swim. That's Cayman. Mr. Jim, remember him. That's Cayman. Spots landing and Christmas breeze. That's Cayman. Miss Pony, macaroni and cheese. That's Cayman.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of The Cold Hard Truth on Bobo 89.1 FM. Cayman's #1 talk show is live weekdays from 7:30 a.m. Never miss an episode again. Watch anytime on CMR's Facebook and YouTube channels for the latest show episodes. Don't forget to follow us online on our social media channels. And visit CaymanMarlRoad.com for all the latest news and community happenings.